Hey kindergarten families, this week I decided to send a video instead of a weekly email to go over all the things I normally would have sent in an email. I will still send out a link, or an email, I'll send out an email with all the links to things that I'm talking about. So, first things first, book orders were due today. If you still would like to order books, I'm going to put the order in tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I will send out the email link, so if you'd like to order them, we will have just one more book order after this one, so feel free to stock up on some books for the summer. The next thing on my list is, yesterday I sent home with the kids a Race to Read sheet. We all got one before spring break, but we know that sometimes things get misplaced or lost, and we noticed that not many of the students were turning them in. So they have a new sheet in their backpack, and I explained to the kids that they're already doing their home reading every night. So when they finish it, just to color in a part of their card, and when they have this sent in signed, they can get all kinds of really cool prizes. So Bandimere does things like they send bookmarks or coupons to eat at different places. They give free tickets to the races at Bandimere. So I told the kids, I was like, you really don't want to pass up that deal. Next is Welchester is going to be hosting a Fun Run fundraiser on May 10th. There'll be more information coming from PTA. Right now they're kind of in the planning stage. So the idea of it is that they'll run laps and have money pledged for us. The ultimate goal is to make $15,000 for the school. So when you get that information, just go ahead and seek out some sponsors or some donations. But right now, PTA is looking for some businesses that are willing to sponsor Welchester for this. The initial cost of it takes a little bit of money to get started, so we are looking for just different businesses that might want to donate a monetary donation or possibly some of the prizes that the kids could earn. So if you know of a business, please email me and let me know so that way I can pass it on to PTA. The next thing on my list is that on Wednesday, the students will be taking what we call milestone pictures. They're adorable. The kids wear little caps and gowns to kind of signify graduating from kindergarten into first grade. So if you'd like to order one of those, the envelopes went home in Friday folders, so you can either send that in or you could do it online. All I ask is that if you do it online, if you send in an envelope, please email me, because sometimes we don't find them in backpacks, and I want to make sure that everybody gets their pictures. The next thing on my list is on Thursday, we are going to be hosting Multicultural Night here at Welchester. This is a huge school-wide event that we host every year. Each grade level does a different country or different countries. Some do multiple countries. And we have things like there will be dinner hosted here that's provided. There's different kinds of cultural dancing. There's a loteria where you can win prizes. Each grade level will have different presentations on the countries that they learned about. And like I said, we really encourage families to come to see the kids work that night. They're really proud of it and they've worked really hard. So in kindergarten, we have learned all about Italy this week. And next week we'll take it and we'll learn all about Italy next week as well. So hopefully your kids have come home and talked to you about gondolas and the food and what the flag means and all about the Italian culture, at least what we've learned so far. Next week we're going to continue into adding Italy into our writing, our reading, and our math. So our class on that night will be hosting, in my classroom, all of kindergarten will host kind of like a little tour of Italy. So we'll have Michelangelo paintings. We'll be making some dough for pizza. There'll be some taste testing. Mr. Ritz has said he's going to do gondola rides. So it should be a lot of fun. And so I sent out an evite the other day. If you could go ahead and just reply, just so we know we have enough food for families. Make sure that we have enough food and that we know who's coming. Finally, the last thing on my list, as far as just announcements, is that on May 20th, we will be going to the Denver Zoo on a field trip, kind of to sum up our writing unit. So our writing unit is all informational writing, so students are going to be writing informational reports on different animals. And we thought it would be a nice way to end the school year, as well as a nice way to let them see what they've learned. So we'll be wrapping that up. Our field trip will be free because we had many donations this school year. So luckily we were able to have the cost of the zoo and our bus provided for us. When we send home the permission slip, we are asking families if you would like to pay it forward and make a donation to our kindergarten fund. So that way next year's kids can also go, maybe possibly free of cost. You can go ahead and make a donation. It is not expected, but if you would like to, you sure can. When we ask our chaperones to come, we are going to be asking that the chaperones pay the entry fee because that wasn't included in our zoo fee. So now on to some academics. This week in writing, as I said, we're moving into informational writing. So the kids have been doing some research on Italy. So we are making really cool little Italy research journals that they'll share with you on Multicultural Night. They should be completed by then. So students have done have read different books and learned different things about Italy, and they're going to be writing about it. So on Thursday, we hope that you can join us so you can see your child's work. And if not, they'll come home shortly after that. This will kind of take the same form when we do our animal reports. They'll look just pretty similar to these. In reading, I'm going to encourage you guys to continue your home reading. I know we're in the home stretch just before summer break, and this is kind of when families start to fall off and not do home reading every night. But please let your child know the importance of reading every single night. We will start our end of the year testing on April 22nd, and we'll continue that through May 10th. We will also have a Flex Day testing on May 3rd. I'll send a sign up for that as well. By then, we hope that all kindergarten kids can read a level C. As of right now, I have a handful that are still on A, a handful that are still on B, and then a majority of our kids are on C's and D's. So I encourage you that when they bring home their book every night, get excited, sit with them, and have them read to you. You can start by reading it first to them and then ask them to read it to you or however you would like. One of the things I've noticed is that the kids are no longer pointing to the words, and that's still a skill that we really find important in kindergarten. So when they're reading, they can say, like, he can climb up the ladder. Have your students, if they get stuck on a word, really use their strategies. Don't just give it to them. A lot of them will just sit and stare and wait for you to tell them what the word is. But really encourage them. Say, use your strategies. Look all the way through that word. Get your mouth ready. Just different things that can help encourage them to read. I've had a lot of families tell me lately, oh, they read really well for so-and-so and for so-and-so, but not for me. Please know you're not alone, that a lot of kids do that to their parents. So yeah, just keep encouraging them to read a lot so that way they can build that confidence as readers. The next thing that I'm going to kind of point out that we've been doing in reading is with our phonics is we've been really working on tapping out sounds. You might hear your kids say, oh, tap it out, tap it out. So what that means is they'll have a word like a CVC word. I realize that's backwards for you guys. But it's a word like this where we'll go k, a, t, cat. And so your students should be able to tap out those words. One of the tricks that we've been having is some kids can go k, a, t. But then blending all the way through that word can be a little bit tricky. So I kind of encourage the kids to go k, cat, and blend all the way through that word so that way they're understanding or they're able to read the word. And again, this is another strategy they can use if they come up to a word that they're not quite sure of. But this is another thing that we will be checking towards the end of the year is can they do this skill? So at home, if you'd like to try, just give them a couple of pretty easy words and see if your student can go through the letter sounds as well as blend them into real words. The other thing you can do then is take this and see if they can do rhyming words. We've been practicing rhyming words. So like cat, hat, fat, bat, and going that way. And just give them a one word and have them continue to see how many rhymes they could come up with. This week we also learned what digraphs were. Digraphs are two letters that make just one sound. So words like, or sounds like ch, w, k, and sh will be in some words. And so we're really encouraging kids that when you come to a word that like has th, you don't go t, that they're blended together and they make that sound. So having them stick their tongue out and go. So that's for reading. Moving on to math, we're hoping that by the middle of May that actually all kids can count to 100. I've been noticing that most of our kids can get to about 65 or 70 and then we're kind of stalling out. So today I sent home a 100 chart in every kid's backpack. And what I'd like you to do is there's two different games that you can play with them. One is just have them counting it. Have them touch each number and say the number as they go. One of the biggest tricks that we've noticed that is that when they get to the nines, Jumping to the next decade is kind of hard. So like 1920, 29, 30, 39, 40. So really working with them on focusing on those numbers would be really helpful. The other thing we did today, we played a fun game where we rolled a dice and we counted that number. So everybody started here at 1. And so if I rolled like a 5, I'd count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'd stop on 5. Let me see there. And then I'd say, what number? And they'd tell me 5. And then asking them before and after. We're really having a hard time as a whole class understanding what number comes before a number. So have them point to the number and say, what number comes? So what's the number? 5. What comes before? 4. What comes after? 6. And then have them roll the dice again, and then have them kind of just continue down all the way to 100. And we called the game Race to 100. So you're like just adding up the numbers each time you go. And when you get to a number, so like here, if I'm stop on 46, what's the number? 46. What comes before 46? 45. And what comes after 46? 47. Really playing this game will help them solidify their number sense and help them understand like before and after a number. So yeah, as of right now, that's all I have. I'll probably send an email or two out this weekend just to give you a few more last minute updates. But I hope you have a great weekend and we will see you guys on Monday. Thanks so much. Bye now.